Hi there and welcome to Towan Talks Cardfight. Today I'm doing a deck profile of my Vermillion Kaiser Vermillion build. This is the blood build, so cross-ride build. Hitting very hard. You're going to want to hit high numbers, hits early. You're going to want to win early. Yes, you need to hit 5 damage to be able to use the blood properly to its full potential, but you're going to be wanting to do that to end games. You've got the blood because it's a 13k base. This is a beatdown deck. Nothing else to it. You're going to be beating them down. Lots of strong attacks, hard hitting columns, power, power, power. Mostly the way this deck works, you're going to be hitting hard. Nothing else to it. Okay, now onto my deck. Right, first up, we have our starting vanguard, which is this lovely guy, Spark Kid Dragoon. It's your grade researcher. Simple. It's an all pioneer vanguard. Write a card on top of it, bring out the soul. Counterblast and its ability, counterblast 1, put it into the soul, search top 5 card of your decks for a grade 3. Very good in the cross-ride decks. You're looking to try and get your cross-ride off as early as possible, because if you don't, well, you're losing out part of your deck. You're wanting to get the first part of the cross-ride off, so you're wanting your Vermillion Kaiser Vermillion, and then you're wanting the blood to go on after it. You want it in that order. You can go blood, Vermillion, blood, but that's wasting some turns. Yes, you would go for that if you really have to. Right. Next up we have our trigger lineup. We have 4 heal triggers. The compulsory in almost all decks. Yes, I have mentioned about the silly ones before. I won't need to mention them now. Yeah, 4 heal triggers. Good cards. Next up, I run 4 draw triggers. Only running 4. You don't need any more. It's for hand consistency. It's all your deck really needs for this. Next up, I'm running 4 Malevolent Gins and 4 Yellow Gem Carbuncles. This is a standard 4 draw, 8 crit. You're in a beatdown deck. You're not in any fancy sort of deck. It's beatdown, hit hard, hit early, beat. Okay, that's my grade 0 lineup. Next up, my grade 1s. My grade 1s are a bit funky. Most people would disagree with some of the choices I've made. First up, 3 Red River Dragoons. Standard 8k vanilla. It's a good booster. You can hit 20k with your Vermillion 12k attacker. So Dusty Plasma Dragon, good card. Okay, I run 2 Rising Phoenixes. This is the Soul Blast 2 draw 1 card unit. Yes, it's only a 5k. You're only going for 1 stage with most of your boosters anyway, because you're hitting against 12ks. Most of your boosters will only hit you up to 16 most of the time. It's only there to generate hand advantage. Get rid of your grade 1 and 2 in your soul, or things like that. Put a Malevolent Gin in there, get rid of that from your soul, something like that. You're going to be wanting to use it just for draw power. I'm only putting 2 because any more and you'll be risking ruining your cross-ride, and you don't want that. Right, next, Perfect Guards. I run 3 Weaving Guard Gold. I only run 3 because I'm wanting to hit hard early. If I'm having to use all 4, I'm going to lose, because you're not wanting to do that. You're wanting to hit hard and have powerful boosters to go with it. Because of that, and because I'm running quite specific grade 3s for this, I've got a very unorthodox card. Most people would advise against it. I run Exorcist Demonic Dragon Indigo. This is a grade 3 only booster. No, grade 3 or higher. We don't have grade 4 for Narukami. So a grade 3 booster, which is a 9k booster. Combined with a specific grade 3 I've got. So for that reason, I'll keep one of these out. Combined with a specific one of my grade 3s, you get a 21k column. Straight off. 21k, beat down rearguard column. Strong, very strong. No, I also run 2 Photon Bomber Weaving. That's Vanguard booster. It's your 10k booster. You need a. These are your main priority boosters. These are your backup boosters. Hand advantage cards, defensive cards. Simple, very easily laid out here. Okay. Next up, our grade 2s. Right, I run 4 Thunderstorm Dragoons. I run 4 because I want it. That's my priority ride target. I'm aiming for this guy for my grade 2 ride. A 10k base. Back it up with Photon Bomber. You've got 16 or 20. Back it up with a Red River. You've got an 18k. It's a solid Vanguard, right? Nothing else to say. It's 10k vanilla. Okay, I'm also running 1 Eradicator Saucer Cannon Weaving. Okay, this card's ability, when it's placed in the rearguard or vanguard circle, counterblast 1. If you have narrow coming vanguard, retire 1 of your opponent's front row units. I could potentially swap out one of my red Thunderstorm Dragoons for another one of these, but yeah, this guy, as I don't really want to be using up all my counterblasts. He's a cheap sniper. I've got it because it's a cheap sniper. 1 counterblast to snipe out a unit, that is a very cheap cost, and this is, if I read this correctly, yep, any rearguard in the front row. So it can be anything in the front row. Very important. Next up, I run 4 Dusty Plasma Dragons. These are your 12k attackers. 12k attackers, 12k attackers. 12k, you're hitting the 11ks on their own with a 8k booster. You're hitting 20, which is good for 10k vanguards, which aren't very many. So you're into Pelennor or Conviction Dragon deck, something like that. Useful. Right, next up, these are 2 cards which I could replace, and I would probably prefer to replace. Right, I have 2 Dragon Monk Kinkakus. These should be Garudas. I like having a Kinkaku Self-Inflictor, but I would prefer to have Garudas. Garudas are your damage on flipper. Yeah. I would prefer to have those. I don't. I've got a Kinkakus and they work for me. So I'm sticking with those for now until I get my Garudas. Okay. That's my grade 2 lineup. Next up, onto grade 3s. My grade 3 units, I have 3 Breakthrough Dragon. This is a very important card. It combos with my Exorcist Dragon Indigo, which, if you saw from earlier, this guy, to create a 21k column. As you have a 9k booster with a card which, when it's boosted, gains 2k. Yeah, 21k column card. Specifically for these, you're wanting these in your rearguard columns. Bam bam, 21k. As you want, that's just a very good column. And going for beatdown, you do not care about having intercepts, you're going for beatdown. 21k rearguard columns, very good. Next up, I run 3 Vermillion Kaiser Vermillions. These guys. Okay, limit break ability, counterblast 2. Right, limit break ability, counterblast 3. Till the end of the turn, this unit gains plus 2000 and attacks the entire of your opponent's front row at once. Entire enemy front row. They can't intercept with those units because they're in battle. You have to guard for each unit individually. It's really good. It is the Vermillion Thunderbolt for those that have seen the anime. Vermillion Thunderbolt, you're hitting everything. Nothing else to it. It's beat down potential. You're hitting really hard. This is one of the reasons I want Garuda, because you want to unflip, because it's a very costly ability. Counterblasting 3, very heavy for a limit break. Right, next up we have the cross ride I don't actually have this card at the moment. I traded them off before, and I need to replace them again because I realised I quite really love this deck and I want to really run it. This should be Draconic Kaiser Vermillion the Blood. Its ability, cancel last 3. This is a limit. This is an ultimate break, so limit break 5. So you need 5 damage to do this. Ultimate break, cancel last 3. The shooting gains plus 5,000, +1 critical, and attacks the entire front row at the same time. Big version of Vermillion Kaiser. You're blowing away front row, more power, and an extra critical, so more beatdown potential, lots more beatdown. Right. Also, as it's a cross ride, when you have Draconic Kaiser Vermillion in the soul, you gain plus 2k. Okay. Now let's run through some preferred setups for this deck. Go through your first few turns. Right. You got this guy out. Okay. Say you're first. You'll want to ride. If you're first or second, you'll want to ride this guy. If you're first, just straight out like that. If you're second, you want to bring this guy out to the side, so you have a definite booster for something. Because what if you only have this guy in your hand, a Phoenix? If you can, what is nice is to bring this guy to the side and to call out one of these guys. Okay. Yes, that's only 10k. You just got to bring him out. It's a way to put him on the field, try and draw out an attack. You try and bait out something, try and force the enemy to do something. You might not want to do that in some cases. You may have another Red River Dragoon. That's just good. It's good. You're hitting a decent number against 7k starting bank, 7k grade 1. You're hitting 12. That's 5 plus. You're hitting a magic number for that. Okay. Next turn, you want to ride this guy. Okay, and you're taking damage by this point, so you want to counterblast 1, put this guy in the soul. This one wants to be moving back, and at this point, you want to have tried to have gotten out your 10k booster. Right, this guy wants to be out. Along with, hopefully, if you can get it, one of these. Okay, that's a nice setup to have. You'll have about 2 free hands, you'll have about 3 cards in your hand at this point. Then you go for your attack. Okay, then your next turn, you want to ride this guy. Yep, riding that guy. Nothing else needs to happen this turn, unless you've managed to get a hold of one of these and one of these. Bring that out as a secondary column, always good. If you can get to that point, it's normally about your 4th or 5th turn when you get these cards out, because you don't want to be bringing these out straight away. Okay, at this point you'll want to have ridden into your blood. You've got strong beatdown columns here. You have an interception column, which isn't vital, but you've got it. You have a beatdown column. If this one hits crossroads, it's 18. It's a 20k. You hit the 10k vanguards. Good. 21k, you're hitting the 11k vanguards. 23, you're hitting the crossroads. Strong beatdown deck. Very, very two-dimensional. You don't need it to be anything else. It's just beat, 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 hit them hard. Nothing else to be said about it. If anyone has any bloods to trade, do get in touch, because I'm looking to try and get hold of some. I'm also looking to buy them if you prefer the money for it. I need 3 bloods. Garudas, I'm not actually looking for them. I can get hold of them quite easily, but bloods I need very, very severely. If you can get in touch with me, thanks. And well, that is my deck. I've run it on the Cardfight area and it's worked very well. This is my deck for now. One very, very strong in tournament setting. Not as strong as it used to be, but cross-ride decks are still strong in the English meta at the moment. Well, thank you for watching. I am Towan. I have talked about Cardfight, and I will see you around. Peace out.